welcome back to my channel, Natalie Kirby, Life as a Life Coach. So in my last video, I talked about one of my bucket list items that I ticked off last month, which was getting my first tattoo, and I am so over the moon with it. I absolutely love my new tattoo. So the tattoo that I got two penguins, a mummy penguin and a baby penguin. I'm going to go into detail just now about the reason for my tattoo and the meaning behind it, although I kind of feel like it's a little bit self-explanatory for those who follow my channel and know that I'm a mum, so that kind of is along those lines. So I will be talking about that in a moment. So this is my tattoo. I'm going to turn and show you guys. Okay, so this is my tattoo. You can see the mummy penguin and the baby penguin right there. So I absolutely love my tattoo. And this video, I'm going to go into detail about my first tattoo experience and what it was like and what to expect if you are thinking about getting a tattoo or you've decided to get a tattoo done. So before I get started, the reason I wanted a tattoo is because for years I wanted something. I've seen other people have tattoos, my friends have tattoos, and I really just like the fact that you can have a tattoo that has some meaning, has some symbolism that's there that you can see and remind you of that. So for years I wanted a tattoo and didn't know what necessarily to get. I never settled on a specific idea. And then after I had my baby James, we had a lot of struggles to have him. So we went through infertility, we had fertility struggles, and I kind of wanted something that symbolized that journey to get our baby. And becoming a mom is like the best thing that has ever happened to me. I absolutely love being a mom, as I've spoken about before. And so I wanted something that is about me and him, that symbolizes being a mom, being a parent, and that journey. And so I decided to get a mummy and baby type tattoo. And I'm not one for necessarily getting things that are like words or specific symbols. I wanted something that was quite artistic, quite different. And so I wanted something that was a bit more abstract, not, completely just like a standard like picture or animal or drawing. So I went through different ideas and then I settled on having these penguins with some detail in it. So as you'll see in my tattoo, there's like seashells and a bit of floral detail, which kind of pertains to the arty part of the tattoo the kind of tattoo that I wanted. And the reason also why I chose penguins is because I've always had an affection for penguins. I remember doing a talk when I was like in primary school on my favorite animal, which was penguins. I have changed as I grew up. My love for dolphins took over, but penguins have always had a soft part in my heart. And when I moved to South Africa, I actually worked with penguins. So I worked for an organisation here in Cape Town called SANCOB, which is a rehabilitation centre for African seabirds and African penguins. And I absolutely loved working with them. I got to administer medicine to penguins, feed penguins, clean out the pens, which is the dirty part of the job. I also became a tour guide for SANCOB, and I absolutely loved it. And so that kind of symbolizes my immigrating to South Africa, my choice to move here as well. And that kind of was at the beginning of when I moved here 6 years ago, of what I first did when I moved here. So choosing the penguins has that kind of symbolism and that meaning for moving to a different part of the world as well and starting this new adventure in life. And when we got married, we also had penguin cake toppers on our cake, and so that also reminds me of that. We had a winter wonderland theme and we had the penguins, so it's just something special that has always been a part of me. So I decided, yes, I'm gonna have penguins, decide on the mum and baby and how it was going to look, and so that was the reason why I did it. And that's what I would say about getting a tattoo, is make it meaningful. Have something that when you look at it, it makes you feel happy. It makes you remember that moment or that thing it's representing. So definitely be mindful of that when you're choosing your tattoo. The next thing is now going and getting it done. So hopefully, yeah, you've decided you're going to get one done, and now the next step is actually finding the tattoo artist and parlor. So when I went, I reviewed the person online, I looked at their website, their Facebook page, to look at the work they've already done. And it's quite good to get a sense of what their artistic kind of ability or capability is, or what they like to do. And my particular tattoo artist, I could see did a lot of floral detail in the past, a lot of kind of the similar detail that I wanted, that I was looking for. So if you want something that's like fine lines, or a lot of color, or a lot of detail, or a specific type of tattoo, have a look at the work they've previously done and see if that fits in with your idea. And then go and talk to them. So the actual most important thing I would say about getting a tattoo done is making sure the place itself is hygienic and sterile. Check their environment. Don't be afraid to ask questions. I felt quite daunting to going into these places, but it's so important to ask them. At the end of the day, this is permanent. This is going to be on your body. You don't want to end up harming yourself or finding out they've not followed the right protocols and procedures. So definitely check. Do not be afraid to ask them. Ask them to walk through the process, the procedure. Look at how they handle like the needles, make sure they're new, they're fresh, they're using antiseptic stuff, wipes, all that type of thing. Just have a look, and as long as you're comfortable, then great. Book your tattoo, get in there. And also I got my tattoo artist to draw my tattoo for me because I wanted something different. It wasn't something that I just picked out, I'd seen already. So he kind of married the ideas that I had and put it on paper, and I fell in love with my drawing, and I knew exactly that's what I wanted. So that's a good little tip as well, is get them to draw it up for you. Sometimes that's included in the price, sometimes it's added as an extra. Mine was included in the price, so you can maybe look around and see what the options are. Now, getting your tattoo done. I'm not going to sit here and pretend like it's pain-free or not sore, because it was very painful at points. Not the whole time, you get used to it. It's not like it's a continuous pain the whole time or sharp pain all the time. It does dull down a bit, and then depending where the tattoo is, it can get a bit more painful. So one other point I would say about getting your tattoo is the location. So where on your body you're going to have it. So obviously I got mine done on my back. It was relatively like not so painful, but when I did the little baby penguin, that is closer to my spine, and that hurt so much. I was actually going like screaming in pain. It was actually quite painful. So I would say, and people have said, if you get them on your wrist or your ankle bone, anywhere near your bone, your spine, or an area of the body that's got nerve endings maybe, is going to be a lot more painful. So be mindful of that as well when you choose the location of your tattoo, because that's going to determine how painful as well it's going to be, as well as how much details in your tattoo and how big your tattoo is. So size matters, because my tattoo was fairly big. It took a whole hour to do. So for me, there was more painful points to it depending where it was being done, but I also had to get shaded detail, and it was quite big. So it took a full hour. So be mindful of how big your tattoo is, how long it's going to take. And they'll give you a guide and tell you how long it's roughly going to take as well, so you can know what to expect. So all those things matter: location, size of your tattoo, and how much detail or shading or color is going into your tattoo. So like I said, mine just took an hour. I had my husband with me to chat throughout, but one other helpful advice or tip is maybe bring some music to listen to, just distracting your mind, to maybe set up a fun playlist to listen to while you're getting it, just to enhance the experience as well. I had to lie down to get mine done because it was on my back, but if you're doing it somewhere else in the body that you can sit up, maybe take a book or a magazine as well, just again, as a coping mechanism to distract you. But enjoy it as much as you can. I know it will be painful, but once you're done, as long as you are fall in love with your design, it's exactly what you want, then it's so worth it. I love my tattoo. I don't regret it, and I absolutely love it. So once you've had your tattoo done, the next thing is the aftercare, which is obviously very important as well, because you might get a level of scarring or scabbing on your back that will eventually heal, but you know, your skin has been cut, you know, so it is going to take time to heal. I think it was an hour after the tattoo's done, I could take the film off and then wash it with a little bit of soapy water. And then you had to pat dry, not with like a bathroom towel because they can harbor germs. So you have to, well, I got a bit of kitchen towel, and I got it cleaned, and then I just patted it dry. And then I think it was about half an hour to an hour later, you apply some cream. Now the cream they ask you to use, like an aqueous cream or like a tattoo butter. This is the cream that I use. It's the Johnson's Body Care Aqueous Body Cream with cocoa butter. So I use this. It smells amazing. It's so nice, and I just put a little layer of it. You can see like it's quite a sort of thickish consistency. It's quite like thing, and I just applied it. You can sort of see on my skin here, and I just straight away, it's so nice, and because it's got the cocoa butter on it, it's nice and smooth, nice and soft, and you just apply that to the area of your tattoo, and it just stops it from drying out and just helps with the healing process. Throughout the few days of it healing, it might get dry, it might feel a bit itchy, so just apply a little layer of that cream. And you can wash it, your tattoo, I think morning and evening it was, for the first few days. And then afterwards, you just apply a little bit of the cream as necessary. But that just helps it. You can't take baths or go swimming because you're not allowed to sit in water. You can shower, that's fine. But just be mindful of that as well when you're getting your tattoo done, is that that's something you're going to have to maybe abstain from, not go and have baths or go swimming if you swim often. So that's about it for the aftercare. I hope you've enjoyed this video today. Like if you liked it, and hit the subscribe button if you're new to my channel. I hope this video may have motivated you or inspired you to go ahead and get your tattoo, or if you've been thinking about it for a while, just to go and get it done. Drop me a comment below if you've got any questions about the experience of getting a tattoo. If you're going to get one done, let me know what you're getting, and so I can join in the excitement for you. And I'll see you in my next video. Thanks everyone, goodbye.